What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Pat Cave. Got a new project I'm working on with my father right now. I'm really excited to tell you about it, so go ahead and stick around and we're going to talk about it right after this. I was working on a fan film with some friends of mine. It took up a ton of time and a lot of hard drive space, as you can imagine, so I didn't have a whole lot of time to do videos for this channel, but I'm glad to say that that has finally finished, mostly. I'd say about 99%, so I'm moving on to other things now. In this case, it is a Michael Keaton 1989 related project. It has been a minute since we've done any videos for the channel. I think my last few were the Ashton Drake figure series, and those are, I think, reached their end for the year, that last year. I'm not sure what else they've got coming out. I've got all the ones that they have now, and I did do a review for Mrs. Claus, and unfortunately it got deleted somehow in the chaos of the short film that I was doing with my memory cards and stuff, so I lost it, so I can't do an unboxing for that, but I do own it. But today we're here to talk about the Mezco 1989 Batman figure. As you guys probably saw on my channel earlier this year, my dad had done a rehaul of the McFarlane Batmobile from The Flash. He went all out, did lights for it, redid the interior, tons of different customizations. Turned out amazing, and he surprised me with it for my birthday, so that was really cool. But now we've moved on to the Batwing, and the goal here, this is going to be the 89 Batwing, and we got the files for it off of a site called Gambody 3D, which I had never heard of, but I had seen another gentleman on YouTube print one out. His was quite a bit bigger than I think what we're going to be doing. The goal is to be able to make the figure to scale with the Batwing, and this is the Mezco 1/12 scale figure. Got a steel armature, super high quality. It's to scale with that car back there, although I heard the car was 1/10 scale and these are 1/12. The Gambody, I believe the files were 1/16 for the Batwing. Initially you got to convert that over to fit Batman in there, right? The 1/12 scale. So went online, found a calculator that converts 1/16 scale over to 1/12. Did that. I think it said the percentage increase was about 133% from the original files. This is a little disclaimer, but basically Dad's doing all of this stuff down in LA where he lives, and then I'm kind of just posting it on my channel as he does it, and that's my plan, is to do a series in which he's printing out the pieces for this and assembling it and getting it all finished. And then I will kind of be the little host of the whole thing. If there's any tips or anything we can give people if you like how it turns out, I'm sure he could do that too. I think it's going to be really cool when it's finished. I'm guessing, based on what we've done so far, it's going to be maybe about 30 inches across, so something like the wingspan of maybe around here. It's going to be pretty damn big. I'll say that. But starting off, took the files, the 1/16 files, converted them over to 1/12. 133% increase, right? Well, I guess not, because it did not fit the chair. I will put a picture up here on the side, and as you can see, the chair there is quite a bit smaller than Batman is. And we had looked at all sorts of reference pictures from the, the studio scale one that Adam Savage had on his channel, and then we did, another video. And then there was the Jazz Inc. one, which looks to me like the most accurate scale-wise and the interior and everything. So we're kind of using reference from both of those. I changed the scale over. He did a test print. The chair, for whatever reason, was a lot smaller. I don't know if there was some kind of misunderstanding on my half about how the scale was going to convert. I thought, converting 1/16 to 1/12 scale seemed fairly straightforward, and it wasn't. So he ended up printing about 4 different chairs for this thing before we found the correct one that worked. I'll go ahead and put the correct scale percentage up, and that's going to be what we're going to use, the upscale on the files that we had. Here's a picture of the bigger chair. As you can see, this thing, it looked like a throne more than like a seat, for the Batwing. So he did a final print. I think he said he ended up printing 4 of the chairs before we finally found the right size that would fit Batman in there. And then he's going to print a few of the, the surrounding pieces next. One of them is about 9.5 inches, I think, once the scale's converted over. And that one I believe he's going to have to split the file because his printer, he told me, does 9 inches. This is about 9.5 inches. It's going to have a little part where it's going to have to be, attached, which is fairly common in 3D printing large objects. And, it's on an interior piece and it's going to be tucked away underneath, so I don't think it's even that big a deal. That's where we're at right now, and then every time I get an update with something somewhat substantial, I'll try and post a video in here so you guys can see as it comes together. I think it's going to turn out awesome. I need to figure out where in here I'm going to be able to put it in the end, but if you want to get updates on that, go ahead and check that subscribe button, and I will catch you for the next update on that, hopefully fairly soon here. Thanks.